Okay. For our first card, we have the World in the reversed position. So, this is definitely about experiencing delays. This can also be indicating that perhaps some of you have a fear of change. Sometimes this can even indicate that you might feel that maybe your home might be threatened in some sort of way. This can also indicate that perhaps maybe there's been a refusal to learn from your past experiences. And so we can just kind of get stuck on that treadmill of making the same mistakes over and over. But overall, this is about a delay. Something is being postponed, delayed. It leaves you feeling very frustrated. More work needs to be done in order to bring this card around to the upright position. So it's definitely indicating that more work needs to be done to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. More work has to be done. Now, for some of you, you may feel like just abandoning a certain path, but you don't want to do that because it's not that bad. Even though it feels bad, trust me, but it's not that. This situation is not beyond salvageable. Okay, so try to go within and find some peace, or do something that makes you happy. Think about something that makes you happy. Whatever you can do to find that happy place, try to be positive, because this is a setback. This is a delay. Yes, more work needs to be done, and like I said, it is frustrating. But don't let fear hold you back either, because if you let fear get in your way, fear paralyzes you, and then it's like you're a hamster on a wheel. You're just running like crazy, but you're not going anywhere. And that's what fear wants to do, is paralyze you. Don't let fear get that upper hand on you. Okay, this is our circumstances card. We have the Six of Cups. Now, I feel like you guys have gotten this card quite a few times here over the last few months. Okay. Now, the Six of Cups, this is about looking back. Perhaps you're looking back towards your past and you're thinking about some good memories, which that's great. But sometimes there can be a tendency to get stuck, and it's like you may feel like you want things to go back to the way they were. And well, you want to save your wishes because we can't go back. We have to go forward. But there, overall, there's a desire for things to be the way that they were. So, in a sense, you're kind of hanging on to the past. Now, this could also indicate that perhaps maybe there is a family reunion, or even like a high school reunion, or, something of that nature, where you would be brought back into contact with someone, with people that you knew perhaps within your childhood. This card is also about siblings, brothers and sisters, and also, cousins. So, and even long time childhood friends, someone that you've been friends with for a very long time. So, perhaps you might be having a reunion with some of those people. Perhaps you run into someone from your past, and then it makes you nostalgic, and you look back towards the past. Or perhaps maybe your current situation involves someone from your past. So this could be a sibling, this could be a cousin, a longtime friend. This could even be someone that you love, relationship, that you've been with for a very long time. Someone that you are with that you knew when you were younger. Okay, this is the focus card. I feel like you guys had this last month. I'm not sure though. But here we have the death card in the reverse position. So this indicates that you are fearful. You are hanging on to the past. And when we have the death card in the reverse position, it's indicating that you're hanging on to something that doesn't serve you anymore. It's not going to help you to grow. It's actually holding you back. Now, sometimes it can be quite normal because, things with the past we're so very familiar with, and, it feels like home. So for some, it's quite natural to not want to, walk away from a situation to go towards the unknown, the new. But what you need to realize is that this change is inevitable. This is a type of change that no matter how much you don't want to do it, it's going to happen anyway. And the sooner that you just stop fighting it and let the change happen, the better off you'll be. Because if you keep resisting the change, then you will just keep getting more and more situations and obstacles and delays that just keep coming at you. It's like an endless battle with no end in sight. It can literally beat you down mentally and physically and even emotionally by just simply trying to fight with the circumstances. And it's because you just need to give into this change. So something from the past needs to be let go of. Now, there is some positive here, okay? Because once you finally let go of whatever is familiar to you, maybe you've worked a job for so long that it just feels familiar, but you know that it's not working out. And you know you need to go another direction, but yet you just keep fighting it. You keep trying to dig your heels in and keep trying to make it work. And situations and obstacles and whatnot just keeps getting thrown at you because this is the universe trying to tell you, no, you need to let go. You need to move forward. Think of the death card. Sometimes the death card can freak people out. Rightfully so. But more times than not, it's not indicating an actual death. this is like indicating the death of a situation, you know, the ending of a situation, and now it's time to move forward. Or, you know, we've behaved this way for so long, this behavior is not working for us, so a death of a certain behavior, you know, it can be very wide ranging, but it doesn't indicate an actual physical death, you know, unless there are the right cards, and then there's not, you know, so not a physical death here. But think about this card like a butterfly, okay? When it's in the reverse position, this would be like the butterfly that's still in the cocoon, okay? And even though this butterfly knows I'm fully formed, I need to break out of this cocoon, but I just don't want to. I'm comfortable in here. I'm familiar in here. I don't want to break out. I'm happy where I'm at. But it's inevitable. The butterfly has no choice. It's going to have to break out of that cocoon. And guess what? When it does, it's a beautiful butterfly. It's a rebirth. You're basically transforming from one thing to another. And I don't know about you guys, but I think a butterfly is far more beautiful than the cocoon. Okay, this card is for your recent past or the energy that is passing. So here we have the Knight of Cups. Oh, look at him. He looks like he is like love drunk. He seriously looks love drunk. Okay. This can be, perhaps you might have received a proposal of some sort. Maybe someone had reached out to you and, you know, let you know that they wanted to possibly get together. Or maybe some of you may have started a relationship. Maybe some of you were considering starting another relationship. Maybe some of you were focused on a relationship or getting into a relationship. Many different possibilities here, but typically the Knight is bringing us messages that are romantic in nature. So more times than not, you know, this is going to be about love. Someone may have messaged you, emailed you, whatever, you know, form of communication. Maybe you ran into each other. Maybe you were considering a proposal. Maybe some of you took them up on their proposal. And some of you maybe not. And some of you are already in a relationship or marriage. So maybe you had to work on some issues within a relationship here recently. Now, if you've watched my readings before, then you know we will be clarifying. I love details, so. Okay, this is the card position of the present, the here and the now energy. We have this Strength card. This is the Leo card. And it's in the reverse position. So, this definitely indicates that you guys are letting fear get in the way. You're not giving in to this change because you're literally being paralyzed by the fear. Now, going into the unknown, what's not familiar, this can be scary, but you don't want to let fear have the upper hand, because fear can rob you of many opportunities, and well, we can't have that. Come on. I want to hear you guys roar, okay? I don't want no meow. I want to hear y'all roar. Come up out of that. Don't let fear control you. Fear wants to keep you in the same spot. It doesn't want you to move forward and to advance and progress and be successful. It wants you to stay in the same spot, miserable. Don't do that. And this can also indicate that maybe some of you might be trying to make a point across to someone, or maybe you're trying to explain yourself to someone, and you may do this in a bit of an aggressive way when the Strength card is in the reverse position. And if this happens to be your situation, you want to dial it back, okay? Because coming through overly aggressive and trying to prove a point can backfire on you. That's not the way to handle it. You want to handle it with love and compassion and understanding. There is a gentler way to get your point across without being verbally aggressive, if you catch my drift. Yes. But overall, I feel that with most of you, it is fear that is making you want to focus on the past. And I wish things were the way they used to be. And I don't want to have to move away from what I'm so used to. But like I said, like the butterfly, it comes out of the cocoon and it is beautiful. And then it can fly. And once you give into this change, then you can not really fly, but I mean, you may feel like your soul is flying, The change is beneficial, but it, obviously doesn't feel that way, but it is beneficial in the long run. And you can't let fear hold you back. Because like I said, this is inevitable. There is no way to avoid it. The best way to make it stop is to give in and to allow the change to happen. Stop fighting it. That's the only way to make this stop. Because if you keep hanging on to whatever you're hanging on to, the more that you're going to get of battles. It's like endless battles no matter what you do. And it's because you need to let something go. Walk away. Yes, it may be pretty scary, but don't let fear get in your head and make it, a mountain, a molehill into a mountain, because it's really not that bad. It just seems scary. And it is scary, okay? But it doesn't need to be. That's why I'm giving you guys this whole butterfly visualization story, because I want you guys to know that it's not the best at first, but, the past is confining you like a cocoon, And you need to come out of that cocoon and fly. And be the beautiful butterfly you are, or lion, Now, this is the near future, and we have the Eight of Wands, which this is a fabulous card. This is a card of swift movement, action, and it's taking place in a positive direction. You're going after a dream or a goal that you have. And this goal could even, it could be a financial goal. It could even be a goal that has to do with love. Because this can indicate that for some of you that you might have a new love interest, which is very, very possible for some of you. But this is movement in the right direction. And the Eight of Wands is just simply saying keep working towards achieving your goal. Don't waver now. Okay, this is the card position of your attitude. And here we have the Five of Wands. So this is confusion, struggling, and conflicts. So you may be feeling very confused why you're in the situation that you're in. You may be tired of struggling. You may be experiencing conflicts with others. Battles, yeah. Yeah. The best way to make it stop is to let go. Let the change happen. And this can be like one conflict after another. So maybe you got a bit of a short fuse. Okay, this is how other people see you. And here we have the Chariot in the reverse position. So this indicates that you were definitely going after a goal. Something that you were wanting to achieve. And you've just simply tried and tried and tried to the point where you were absolutely exhausted. Physically, mentally, you're just worn out. This can also indicate automobile type problems where some of you just might have to have your vehicle, your automobile repaired. But this is very symbolic, as to what's going on right now. Is it feels like you break down and you get stuck. So some of you may be feeling very stuck. It's like you feel like no matter what you do, it's not turning in your favor. And this type of energy can just make you feel like I don't even think this is worth it anymore. Let me just give up. Well, whatever you are trying to hang on to for dear life here, you would be better off to just stop fighting it, because the more that you keep trying to hang on to this, the more that you're going to wear yourself out and potentially make yourself sick. And I mean physically ill. Stress can do that to you. And with you guys being Leos, you got to worry about your back, specifically your upper back and your heart. So quit stressing yourself out. We don't need that blood pressure going up, Leos, okay? Okay, this is the position of hopes or fears. I don't see anybody hoping for this. So, Ace of Cups in the reverse excuse me, I can't speak. Position. This can indicate that, perhaps maybe your heart is too guarded. Maybe you've built a wall around your heart. Maybe you're too scared to share your feelings or to let someone into your heart. Sometimes this can indicate that you might be preoccupied with yourself at the expense of others. Because you're just too focused on yourself and your own problems. Sometimes this can indicate selfishness. But a lot of times this is more so being scared of being hurt. Maybe even feeling insecure. And this can also be like, maybe you're considering starting a relationship and you fear that this relationship isn't going to work out, or you fear it's going to be a very difficult one. Seems like fear to me. So, okay, the final outcome card is Six of Wands. Let me take a break here to relish in this. And let me just say, hell to the yes! Oh, excuse my potty mouth, but finally, a breath of fresh air. Six of Wands. So this is about you work very hard to achieve a victory. And you are going to achieve this. And you can also get recognition, and quite possibly like public recognition, and some awards are possible as well. So this definitely indicates that, victory does lie within your future. But we gotta let it go. Whatever you're hanging on to for dear life that ain't no good for you no more. It's not working. Once you let go of it and you go forward, this is where you'll be. And this could be within your work life. This could be within your personal life. To me, it seems more like it's either going to be love or business. So, this is the biggest two that are popping up for me. Love, business, job, work, Bottom of the deck, and we have the Star. So, I'm loving this. This is definitely a great card. This is our wish come true card. So this is like something that you really want, and some of you even will wish for. And with the Star upright, you are literally being blessed from above. You are receiving inspiration from above. And you are getting your wish. Beautiful. Okay, let's clarify. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. That's fear. Yep, that's what's doing you in. Okay. Oh, ouch. Okay. Holy moly. The world reversed again. Come on. Okay. Yep. This is positive. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that one. Oh, boy. Well, at least the end is looking fabulous. Okay. So, we clarify the World card in the reverse position. And this was our delay, postponement, maybe even fear. Also, maybe you might feel that your home might be threatened in a way, or perhaps failure to learn lessons. We clarify, we get this Six of Swords in the reverse position. So this indicates that you feel like you are stuck in some situation that is just negative and you feel like there's no way out of it. You know, sometimes this can mean that you really need to just go within. You know, reflect, meditate. You know, we have all the answers. We just need to go within. You may need to rethink a situation or a plan that you have. And this is like the freedom that you're after. It just feels like it's very restricted here. It's like you feel stuck. Now, this can indicate, which this will resonate with a few of you, a legal issue could be holding up your life and making you feel stuck in a negative situation. So that'll resonate with a few of you. But maybe you've experienced a loss of some sort, and maybe you still have grief from that and you're having a hard time moving away from that situation. Yeah. But overall, this indicates delay, and, well, the World card indicates delay, postponement as well. Okay, this was our circumstances card. We had the Six of Cups, which was brothers, sisters, cousins, longtime friends, maybe even a lover, maybe, you know, cousins, maybe possible reunion with maybe a childhood love, maybe a reunion with your family, or, you know, a high school reunion, or maybe you just simply run into someone, or maybe you're just simply looking back to the past and being focused on, I wish things were the way they used to be. We clarify, we get the Two of Swords. So this indicates that there is a decision that has to be made, and you're probably feeling indecisive about this, not knowing which option you should take. So the Two of Swords, she puts that blindfold on by her own will. She's choosing to blindfold herself because she wants to go within to decide which option is better. She's going in within, and she is weighing the pros and the cons to each choice. So she's taking her time to make this decision because she wants to make sure that she makes the right decision. And so this decision is definitely going to involve someone from your past. Now, wow. Here we had our focus card, which was the Death card in the reverse position, refusing to let go of the past to move towards the future. And now we know why. We clarify, here's the Devil. So you're refusing to move forward out of fear. Fear or an addiction, maybe even an obsession But to me, the overall feeling here is it's fear. For some of you, you may feel like a relationship might be holding you back. But my feeling is that fear is the biggest one for you guys. You're simply fearing of letting go of what you know so well. A situation that is very familiar to you. You know, it can be a work situation, personal life situation, family situation. But you fear moving forward. Wow, lots of fear, guys. We cannot have Leos being cowardly lions, okay? Now, fear is natural. We all go through it. It is very normal. But, come on. You guys are too freaking optimistic and just amazing, okay? To be held back by fear. I mean, you guys, you know how great you guys are. But we don't want you getting trapped by fear, because then you're being ruled by your lower impulses, shall we say? Yeah. Okay, this was the card of your recent past, or the energy that is passing. We have our Knight of Cups, so receiving a message or running into someone. But, you know, there's a proposal, you know, of love, a declaration of love, however you would like to look at it. Or you're wanting a relationship, or you were wanting a relationship, excuse me. Or, you know, one was offered to you. Or perhaps you were just simply focused on one that you were already in. We clarify, we get the 9 of Wands in the reversed position. So, this type of energy just shows like you're worry. This type of energy is like, you may feel like you're literally mentally, physically beat down. Maybe even a bit emotionally beat down. It's like you don't want to face, you feel like you can't continue on. You feel like you just don't have the energy, the stamina to go forth. But perhaps maybe you're worried. I feel like a lot of the worry comes from this. So, are you worried about someone you may have been in a relationship with, or someone you're currently in a relationship with, or someone that you're trying to get into a relationship with? Maybe you feel like, why should I bother? I don't think I have the energy to make it happen. Maybe you feel like you're just not up for the... Maybe you feel like it's a battle and you feel like you're just not up to it. But to me, I feel like there's a lot of excessive worry here. Okay, this was our card position of the present, the here, the now energy. We have our Strength card in the reverse position. So, like I said, that's allowing fear to take control, paralyzing you. You're allowing your fear to get the better of you. We clarify and we get the King of Wands in the reverse position. So, with the King of Wands in the reverse position, oh, he's not handling things well. Not at all. He's just kind of what's the words I'm looking for? Pessimism. Doubt. I feel like you guys are focusing on the worst case scenarios on all of this, which just kind of adds gasoline to the fears. Yeah. Because the King of Wands, when he's reversed, he is lacking self-confidence. So I feel that a lot of you guys may be feeling like you feel like you're not going to be able to pull this new change off. But you need to shake that off, because you can. You can handle this. There's no need to be insecure and feeling like you have no confidence at all. Come on. You're Leo. Come on. See, we need you to kind of roar, but in a positive way. Don't roar out of fear. Roar out of dominance. I'm the king of the jungle. I'm the queen of the jungle, Lack of confidence. And when the King of Wands is in the reverse position, this can give him a bit of aggression as well. Moody. But, I'm going to say that's quite normal, especially if you're letting fear get the better of you. Of course, you're not going to be on your A game if you're letting fear get the better of you. We need to exorcise this fear up out of you guys like it's a damn demon. Excuse my French, but it's got to go. You guys can't be letting fear grab a hold of you like this. It's not good. The only thing to fear is fear itself. I don't think I can say that enough. Okay, this was our card position of the near future. And this was working towards a goal or a dream that you've had, or even potentially a new love interest may be arriving in your life. But this is about continued efforts towards achieving a goal, ultimately. And here we are met with the Five of Swords in the reverse position. This shit's just negative, okay? But you can't let it get to you, because, see, this is why I need to pull it. I need you guys to pull up out of that fear. Because you're going to need to put somebody in their place, okay? You are going to have to set the record straight. Now, with the Five of Swords in the reverse position, this too can indicate a possible legal battle. So, my feeling is some of you guys are dealing with a legal issue. And it's definitely affecting you going after your goals. Now, there is an element of just outright sneakiness with this card, okay? There is a desire to start conflict. So, I feel like you guys are mostly on the receiving end of this. But there are a few of you who could be on the giving end of it as well. But I'm feeling that most of you are on the receiving end. But this can be someone who desires to start conflict for you. Someone who doesn't want to see you go forth and succeed. Someone who's going to try to keep you down, and they want you to stay paralyzed by the fear. This can also indicate a loss for those of you who may be dealing with a legal battle. There's a possibility that you could win, but it's not like a huge win, or, you could win and it's just like not the victory that you thought it would be. But, in the event should you lose, it's not like a huge devastating blow, okay? It's minor, but it's still an annoyance, something that we shouldn't have to deal with. But for some of you, you may be experiencing this. Now, this card can bring up gossip, okay? You may be the object of gossip right now. And, when you start succeeding, that's when your haters come out. That's when the haters come out. Try to bring you back down. So, if someone gossips about you, I need you guys to go and directly confront the people who receive this gossip, who hear it, and tell you, you need to set the record straight, okay? Don't allow the gossip to just continue and you not say anything at all, okay? You need to address the situation. You need to get the truth of the matter out there. Because you don't want to avoid it, because then it can spin 100 different ways. And, kind of like the telephone game. You start with one thing. By the time it makes it through 100 people, it's something completely different than where it started. So if gossip comes up for you, I really want you guys to take control and set the record straight. Don't let anybody talk badly about you, especially if it's untrue. Set the record straight. But overall, this is about a desire to start conflict. So someone may want to start conflict for you, and they may use gossip as a means to do so. Okay, this was our attitude card. We had the 5 of Wands, which was the confusion, struggles, conflicts, lots of arguments. We clarify, we get the Priestess in the reverse position. So, you guys are not listening to your inner voice. Maybe perhaps you've have so much fear going on that you can't even hear your inner voice anymore. So this is showing you're not listening, but there is also a need for you to look deeper into a situation. You need to look deeper into a situation, because there's more than meets the eye about it. Something's going on. It's like a puzzle. You got to put it together. But there's a reason why you're so upset. There can be some manipulation when the Priestess is in the reverse position. So you want to make sure that you're not a target to be manipulated. And you want to make sure that you don't, out of anger and confusion, decide to manipulate someone else. Yeah. But you guys really need to go within. Get centered again. Don't let that fear control you and the doubt. And don't be pessimistic. That's not good for Leo. Okay, this was the card position of how other people see you. And here we had the Chariot in the reverse position. You've been trying to go after something that you've wanted, and you've just experienced every freaking delay possible in obtaining this victory. And like I said, possible vehicular problems, breaking down. This can also indicate that your health is not well, so you really need to be careful. We clarify, we get the Four of Wands in the reverse position, so this definitely shows that the home life has been upset. There's also a need that you need to be very grateful for the blessings that you do have in your life. No matter how big or small these blessings are, you should count them and be grateful for the blessings that you do have. And the more that you focus on what you do have, the more that you can actually attract more good things to you. So, I'm sure you guys have heard, if you think bad, bad's what you're going to get. So you don't want to be focusing on all of the bad things. I want you guys to turn and focus on good things. Focus on what is good in your life. Trust me, no matter how bad situation you may be in, you have blessings, okay? You have blessings. Count them. Be grateful for them. Have an attitude of gratitude. Because when you have an attitude of gratitude, you are going to attract a lot better things to yourself. So yes, this could indicate a happy home. This can also indicate that the honeymoon phase is over. Could also indicate that maybe perhaps someone may have been left at the altar. Yeah. Not a good feeling. But I feel for most of you guys that you've just been working so hard and doggedly towards achieving this victory that you've literally wore yourself out, and it's now affected your home in a major way. Your home life. Okay, this was the hopes and fears position, excuse me. Here we had the Ace of Cups, the fear of letting someone into your heart, guarding your heart. Also, maybe fear of a new relationship, or, experiencing a difficult time within a new relationship. Maybe even potentially, selfish, focused on the self. We clarify, we get the World in reverse position yet again. So, yeah, delays and fear. Yeah, fear. It keeps creeping back in. So, it's like you could have the World. You could have a relationship, or the relationship you're already in could be much better. But it's all about changing the way you view it, because you guys are just so focused on everything that's gone wrong, or what is going wrong, what's not right, And I want you guys to shift your focus to your blessings, because that'll help this situation. It really will. Yeah, this was the Six of Wands. This was your final outcome. And this was about achieving your victory. After much hard work, you achieve a victory that could potentially get you some recognition, maybe even public recognition, some awards. Yeah, that's good. We clarify we get the Four of Swords in the reverse position. So the Four of Swords in the reverse position is about you were in a contemplative type of state where basically you pulled back, you gave yourself time to rest, regroup, and now you're going to have the energy to go after this victory. So that's a very positive ending. But obviously you guys are going to have to pull back, do some meditation, a little bit of reflection, let the change happen. Don't let fear control you. Focus on the positives. And in no time, this victory is going to be yours. I mean, it's coming. But I don't want you guys fearing. Now, here we have the King of Coins for the bottom of the deck. Now, the King of Coins, he likes the nice, finer things in life, but he's not so interested in actually working for them. So this person can actually be pretty easy to bribe or coerce. This is not someone that you would necessarily want to trust with your money, okay? Be very careful of that. But this could also indicate that maybe you guys are just kind of at a point where you're like, ugh, I'm ready to give up. Maybe you just are expecting things to fall in your lap, but it's not happening. So you may want the finer things, but you're not going after them. Now, that's not for all of you, okay? Now, again, you know, this could be someone that maybe tries to come in. Maybe you get this victory. Maybe you're approached by someone similar to this. Well, you need to be careful. Because this type of person, oh, he gonna take advantage of you. Oh, yeah. Because he wants the money. He wants all the good things, but he ain't trying to work for it. But he'll sit by and he'll mislead you and scam you if you allow him to. Not the best character, okay? So do be careful. But again, we got this star here, and that makes this whole thing a whole lot brighter. I know it's been like a shitstorm, okay? All the way up to here. But this is our big, huge, shining star. This is wish come true. Okay, I pulled some love oracle cards, but I'm not going to clarify them. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I'm going to say, yeah, I know that's for love, but I'm going to say you need to have faith with this whole entire situation. Everything happens for a reason, and everything's going to turn out okay. Have faith. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Now, that could be for those of you who are single. This could be for some of you who are already in an existing relationship. Or for some of you that are considering getting into a relationship, there is a strong magnetic attraction. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Yeah. So if you want to be in a relationship, make the effort. If you're already in an existing relationship and you want to see it get better, make the effort.
So we have one more week of this cleansing and ending and purifying from that Virgo full moon. Now we're going to head into Pisces new moon next week. So today is this square of the sun and the moon, which is that last turning point on our road. And this is a cleansing road, a healing and purifying one with that Virgo full moon. So we're still in those energies and still working with that cleansing. So now with the Sag moon fire here, we have this double mutable energy, the sun squaring the moon. So sun in dreamy and spiritual Pisces, watery Pisces, and moon in fiery Sagittarius. And this is highlighting this square that's going to be happening all year, this dance that Jupiter and Neptune are doing. And these are the two spiritual planets. These are the two God planets. So Jupiter is that kind of one God, and Neptune is the we are all one God, that more Eastern religion where we fall into the nothingness and the oneness. That's Neptune. But these two planets, Jupiter and Neptune, are the spiritual, the higher mind, they are mutable, which is in the mind. So fire in the mind and water in the mind. So Pisces, water in the mind, is our beliefs. What do we believe in? What do we have faith in? That's Pisces. And Sag moon, it's what do we see? It's yang, positive energy, polarity, it's logical. But not very logical today because there's a lot of strong Pisces influence, and our Sag moon today will square Neptune right before it meets up with Jupiter for this big boost of expansion and optimism with Sag. So before we get to that expansion, we square with Neptune, which means the Sag light, this fire in the mind, this seeing and visioning into the future, is going underwater into Neptune land. So that's the Sagittarius submarine. So we all get into the Sag sub and we're going to vision, but it's going to be underwater. It's going to be in the dream. This is very dreamy energy, very spiritual, very religious, very higher mind. And that's the key word here, mind. All this mutable energy is all about the mind. Sag is fire in the mind. What do you see in your mind? What are these sparkling fires that are created in our minds? So it's about the faith with the Pisces, right? The Piscean faith, and then the Jupiter and Sagittarius righteousness, right? So these energies are squaring all year of Jupiter and Sag and Neptune and Pisces, of these two spiritual planets in their home signs. So I think this whole year is just pushing us to spiritual expansion. Spiritual expansion, spiritual expansion. Try to say that 5 times fast. But that's what this year is about. And if we get caught up in the square battle of it, instead of just this pushing towards expansion, where it's like faith and visioning, and they push on each other to get bigger in this spiritual expansion, or we can fight about who's right, especially with Jupiter and Sag. That's the shadow of Sagittarius, and Jupiter is this righteousness. Mine is the only way. So if we get into this fight of it's faith versus my way, then we're not channeling this energy in this spiritual expansion that we can all tap into right now. So let's go with that. And it's all about the mind. So I think that since we're in this clean out, cleansing period, preparing for this Pisces new moon next week, talk about spiritual expansion. So we're in this cleanse out. So today, the next 2.5 days are about cleaning out our minds. Jupiter wants to expand us and have us vision bigger, these 2.5 days that it lines up with Jupiter. It'll only happen 12 times this year when the moon comes into Sagittarius and it hits up with Jupiter. We only get a year of Jupiter and Sag, so let's use it and let's vision big. And if things feel fuzzy today because of this Neptune influence, remember that we're Sag submarines. We're going underwater with our light, with our fire, with our visioning and our expansion. We're going into the dream and into the compassion. So, woohoo! Spiritual expansion. Have a beautiful day. Bye.